Fox Weather hurricane specialist Bryan Norcross joining us this morning. Bryan, good morning to you. So, been waiting to hear from you. It's one of those things where we watch this wave that's thousands of miles away from the land, but there's a lot of attention that this thing's got. Perhaps it's because it could be our first hurricane of the season.
Yeah, it's over 3,000 miles away from Florida. It's well over 2,000 miles, more like 2,500 miles away from the island. So it's from Puerto Rico. It's a long way out there. And interesting developments with it this morning. Let's look over the Atlantic. We do have these two areas up here, just to make note of, both with 10% on them. Neither are consequential, but they did add one more non-tropical system way up here by Nova Scotia that happens to be over the Gulf Stream at the moment, giving it the tiny chance of becoming tropical in a little brief window. But let's get down to the 90% chance on what is called Invest 97L. And what I want you to notice about this, two things. One is there's a disturbance right there. It is just a tropical disturbance, not yet a depression, certainly not a storm. Notice how far north it is. This line here is 20 degrees north. So this is good news because the farther north it starts out, the more likely it is to turn north. That's not a 100% guarantee. Sometimes things go wrong, but that is quite often the case. The second thing to notice there is that the brightness of the colors, we have these very deep reds in it, and notice the deep reds have been shrinking as it's moved to the west. So it was flaring up. The thought was, oh, here we go. It's going to be tropical depression, maybe even a tropical storm, but now we see it kind of becoming disorganized a little bit. You notice the clouds are kind of going in every which direction here. It's a little bit flat over here on this side. Why is that? Because it's jamming into Saharan dust is the cause of that. They estimate the winds at 35 miles per hour. We'll get a satellite that'll give us a good wind estimate eventually. And so it's very close to being Erin if it can get a circulation. That's the question. Now, here's the way the model analyzes it. And you notice there are a lot of winds on this side up here. You can see it's very solid looking clouds up there. But down here, it's very kind of sparse. So that's very often the case. It takes a while for that west wind to be closed off. We use a satellite called a scatterometer. It's kind of like a radar from space to detect the winds, kind of like a Doppler radar. And that's how they can confirm these kind of things, whether there's a good west wind. But you see all these clouds out in here? These clouds out in here are kind of gray because they don't extend up into the atmosphere, and they're gray because they're dried out because of the Saharan dust. And we can use a model made by NASA at Goddard Space Flight Center in Maryland to analyze the dust, and there it is. So there's our disturbance, and look at this. It's plowing into kind of medium to light dust here, and there's a huge plume of dust up here. And then once it gets to the islands, look, there's nothing. The dust may move a little bit, but it tends to dissipate as it goes west. So it's going to have kind of tough sledding here to over here, and then things become more conducive here. And indeed, the computer forecast models actually intensify it, most of them to a hurricane. They're somewhere in the vicinity of the islands or north of the islands. The consensus, as you'll see in a second, is north of the islands. So will it going to just pull the trigger on those west winds here in the short term, or is the dust just going to kind of hold it down until it gets to the west? Doesn't really make a whole lot of difference, but that's what we're looking at here this morning. Okay, let's take a look here now at the development area. If you've been watching this, you realize, wow, they have really shrunk it because it was way over here like this. And the reason is, the thinking is that it's right on the cusp of developing into a depression. This is all the development area is, where it is likely to develop into a tropical depression. It's right on the edge. So we'll see. We'll see if they feel confident enough that there are indeed west winds in the entire circulation of the system, and they've made a good choice in shrinking the development area. It's a close call. We're just going to see what Mother Nature does out there. But in any case, like I said, once it gets down here, that's a whole different kind of weather regime. All right, here you go, and with the computer models, and you see that everybody agrees that it's going through this area here, and then you can start to see a little bit of a bend toward the north is definitely the consensus here, taking it north of the islands among these models. Now, these are the traditional ones, the ones that we've been looking at here for years. Now, these days, of course, we look at other models as well. So there's the consensus right there. It's pretty obvious in this case. But when we look at the more modern array of possibilities, here you can see the models we have here, the GFS, the European, ECMWF stands for the European Center. Those are the ones we normally look at. And then we have the new Google AI model and the European Center AI model called AIFS. And if you notice, well, the Google model has it down a little farther south. Other models have it a little farther north here, the European in this area. But the main point is where that consensus is not really what we want to look at for this kind of situation. We look at the consensus when the storm is pretty well developed. But in this kind of situation, we really want to look at plausible tracks. And indeed, we have plausible tracks down here pretty close to the islands and even farther away. And of course, Bermuda is going to have to watch this. So that's on Saturday. So we got all week to go with this thing. Now, let's look at the steering. So here's what's going on. High pressure right now. This is what's driving it to the west. That's totally guaranteed that's going to happen. But then when we get to Saturday here, this is when it gets a little confusing because a front comes down in here, and this is actually related to this dip in the jet stream here, and that opens a door to the north. But exactly the layout of all this, like does the high stick out here a little farther, drive it a little farther west before it goes to the north, or is this almost closed up here, and so it goes even a little farther west? Exactly what is going on up in here exactly makes a difference in where this turn is, and of course that could affect Bermuda, could affect the east coast of the U.S., but we're talking about Saturday. Now, let's look at those models, and you can see how a little bit of changes make a lot of difference in where that turn is. Here we go, going back to Saturday. There's that cluster that we looked at earlier. Here we are Saturday. Keep your eye up here. Now I'm going to go forward in time. This is coming Saturday now. Now I'm going a week ahead, and look what happens. We get kind of an array that spreads out here because of that uncertainty in the steering to the north. All right, now that's a week from now. Let's even go a couple more days just for the heck of it. And you can see things just spread out. But notice we have a number of possibilities over here that indeed threaten the east coast of the U.S., threatening Bermuda, some out to sea, some in between, and so forth. So we don't want to jump on any one idea for that future because we can't predict exactly what that flow is going to be, and also how strong it is, and when it gets strong has to do with exactly what part of the atmosphere picks it up. So if it stays weak, the trade winds flow will push it more to the west, likely, and if it gets really strong soon, then the jet stream will be more inclined to pick it up. So Stephen and Marissa, in the past, we didn't have all these tools to be looking ahead a week, 9 days, and so forth. So we look at them as much for amusement as anything. There's certainly nothing actionable here except an awareness that we need to stay informed and just be sure we know what's going on here toward the end of the week.
Yeah, and Brian, I know how this question might sound. You said plausible tracks. I'm looking at where things can, and through the process of elimination, are you at a comfort level that even maybe the Gulf is good? Folks along the central Gulf Coast. Is it too early to even say something like that?
Yeah, I don't see any scenarios that take it into the Gulf any longer. If you remember that before it formed over Africa, we saw storms in the Gulf. We saw them all over the place. Yeah. They do seem to be, there is this clear opening to the north coming, but it has to do with the intensity of the storm and exactly how that forms on where that turn is. We're talking about a week from now. So yeah, I don't think this is a Gulf storm. This looks like somewhere Florida to Canada if it affects land, and it may very well go out to sea. It's like a multiple choice. You got A, B, C, D, and E, and it's like, all right, E would be the Gulf, so we can process through of elimination.
Yeah.
And let's hope that trend continues, but clearly things can change. All right, good stuff. Thank you. Fox Weather Hurricane Specialist Bryan Norcross for us this morning. Thanks.